Wait, whoa! What? Gentlemen, that's Ricky Gibson, that's Eddie Pearl, that's the Midnight Heat. We haven't seen them in POW Pro Wrestling in a year.
They've already... What are they doing here?
Well, I'll tell you what, they're not dressed to wrestle, but anything could happen. Ricky Gibson looking for a microphone. One of that works.
These ringside dudes don't turn on the microphone for him.
All right.
Now, hey! I know you're all very familiar with us. And I know you two are especially familiar with us, but I'm gonna introduce us to you. Hey, show some respect. That's a future legend right there. That bald, beautiful son of a bitch is rockin' Ricky Gibson. What was that? Why do they call him rockin'? Because he rocks. And I'm Eddie Pearl, but you can call me, who's the hottest woman in here? Raise your hand. Raise your hand. Who's the hottest woman in here? Hey, put your hand down, sweetheart. Put your hand down. But you can call me Precious. And we are the hottest thing going today, the Midnight Heat. Where were you? Now, we've been traveling all over the country, all over the world. We're just in Costa Rica, beating people up. And you know what? I kept hearing this buzzing. This Hammer Brothers! Hammer Brothers this! Hammer Brothers that! Everywhere we went, every wrestler, every fan, every owner of every company, they all said the same thing. They said, hey, did you see the new Hammer Brothers promo? No! And I never will! Oh, hey, did you see the Destruction Zone match? What the hell is it even in that? Oh, did you see that one of the Hammer Brothers took their mandatory lunch break during their match? Gee, I wonder which one did that. Oh, what? Hey, listen, you two have every tool in your tool belts. See, we can do it too. It's really not that hard. What you do is, yeah. You have every tool in your tool belts to be great wrestlers one day, hell, even great champions. But I have bad news. Most importantly of all, shut your mouth. Most importantly of all, if you have...
Get to the point!
Hey! I'm not gonna let a guy with a hairline like that talk to me! If you are in this territory, and there is a tag team championship to be had, it is going to be around our waist. Let's be frank, let's cut to brass tacks here. This territory would be dead if it wasn't for Eddie Pearl and Ricky Gibson. The Midnight Heat are the reason most is what you're holding in your hand and what you're holding in your hand. And the tag team titles, those need to be ours. But here's the deal, look at us. We're not here to wrestle you tonight. Clearly, we've got better things to do. And we're some busy men. But when you have clout like the Midnight Heat, you're gonna walk in here swinging around, doing whatever you want, calling the shots. So next month, it's not gonna be the Midnight Heat that you're gonna step in the ring with. But I made a phone call to two very good friends of mine, and they're gonna be here next month, and they're gonna wrestle you. And then the Midnight Heat will be back to take those titles from either our good friends or you two. And look, I know that you look like an idiot, but that's just a disguise. You're a pretty smart man. I'm pretty sure that both of you are going to accept this challenge. Because they say that you can't have everything you want. But we don't buy into that. So you all can hate us because we're going to get absolutely everything that we want.
Well, the Midnight Heat have shocked us all with their presence, and they have made their intentions known.
Hey. They heard all of you. They see these. This is the house the Hammers built. So they might not have enough stones to wrestle us tonight or even next month, but it doesn't matter who you put in front of us. You set them up, we'll knock them down. Because when you're a hammer, everybody fights like a nail.
Wow, Mr. Ooh La La, what a way to kick off this week's episode of POW Pro Wrestling. I mean, you saw how last week's ended with the Midnight Heat making their return, shocked us all. And then, of course, you heard from Eddie Pearl himself. You know, he's usually not the guy who talks between the two of them, but he had a lot to say.
Eddie Pearl had a lot to say, as did Ricky Gibson. And I, for one, am so pleased that those no good Campo brothers, Jerk and Sludge, finally have another top team to contend with now that the Blanchards have removed themselves from contention or whatever you want to call it, onto other things away from me. I could care less
That's right.
about the Blanchards.
The workhorsemen are the ones, the hired guns, it would seem, of the Midnight Heat. They've called in a favor with their new connections in AEW, it would seem. We have some contracts to work out. Obviously, we need to work around the workhorsemen's AEW schedule. But folks, that tag title match is going to be happening in the next several weeks here on POW Pro Wrestling. You can bet on that.
Expect weeks and weeks of hypes for that one, maybe months.
It's certainly a lot for the Hammer Brothers to prepare for. But first, speaking of tag team action, of course, the tag division here at POW Pro Wrestling has never been hotter. And of course, you've got Death Threat, that's Zeb St. 1 and Nathan Fox. True up-and-comers here at POW Pro Wrestling. They have a tall order ahead of them, though, as they take on the Empire, and with Caden Cassidy lurking as the manager now of the Empire, as opposed to being a wrestler, thanks to that little loophole there, mister. Who knows what's going to happen? That matchup is coming up next.
Zeb St. 1, Nathan Fox. I just have one thing to say. I don't like you, and he doesn't like you either.
Death Threat, the Hooligan, the Ring Vandal. Listen, boys, to us, to the Empire, threats are like games. We don't play games and we don't make threats. We make promises. So here's one promise you can take to the bank. You better be careful.
You'll be dead!
Hey, I hear the Empire said they don't like us. They said they want to fight us.
Fair.
All right, cool.
By the end of tonight, y'all will respect us.
And hold up, y'all don't deal in threats, right? Neither do we. We are just the definitive threat. So, Dr. Kliever, Naja, snake in the grass, look, by the end of tonight, that doctor's gonna need to be a veterinarian after we chop that snake's head off.
Welcome everyone, POW Pro Wrestling. Brian Zane here, along with Bulldog Bob Brown Jr. and Jonas Albert Robinson.
That's me.
That's right, and we are ready for some tag team action here as the Empire, that's King Naja and Dr. Kliever, led by Caden Cassidy normally, but he's conspicuous in his absence, taking on Death Threat. And guys, I'm gonna ask you, Jonas, you're the tag team wrestler. Who you got in this one?
I mean, I have the Empire, duh. Obviously, I don't like these Death Threat goofballs trying to get off in my face all the time.
Well, you've paid off Zeb St. One in the past to do your dirty work, so clearly you see something in him.
Yeah, then what happened? You're trying to bite the hand that fed him. And you say Caden's conspicuous by his absence. I thought you suspended him.
That's right, but of course, that suspension, yeah, he's conspicuous because he's suspended. What can I say? And you see Fidel Martinez is a tall task ahead of him here as he has to try to officiate a match between two teams with a lot to prove, guys.
Well, when you take a look at guys like Naja, for example, I mean, you know, may not be the most experienced guy in the world, but I'll tell you, when you look at him, though, he's got something in his mindset. He just knows what he needs to do and how to do it, and he does it with as little effort as possible. Oh my God.
That's right, Naja certainly has taken on a new level of confidence that we didn't see about a year ago this time. Certainly has earned his rightful place at the right hand of Caden Cassidy and taking on, trying to be his own man here. Taking on Nathan Fox. Oh! Who Jonas, I know, speaking of which, you once hired Zeb St. One and you once teamed with Nathan Fox. So again,
I mean, Zeb St. One let his partner down, didn't make it to the show. I tried to be the nice guy and step in. Nathan Fox let me down, so I gave him, what he had coming.
Oh, big kick by Zeb St. One, who, guys, I want to just, look at that shot there. All the more powerful because I can tell that Zeb over here has been putting on some mass over the last several months.
Reverse there by Naja. Comes back, touches the clothesline. Zeb, Hurricane Harada takes him over.
Still has the agility despite putting on the pounds. Comes Zeb St. One, gets out of the way. Nice evasive tactics here. Goes for the cover, too. No. Look at that, though. Quickness by Zeb St. One. Float over into a cover, two. No.
Right to his feet, gets him, here he goes. Makes the quick tag. That's the one thing you gotta do in tag team wrestling as Jonas knows, is that tag team wrestling is really important. If you cut a guy off in the corner there and you hold him in their corner, oh my goodness, I'm gonna double team.
Oh!
Come on, ref.
Who needs the corner when you got the middle of the ring here? Exercising the 5 count. In comes Zeb off the ropes here. Looking, whoa! Okay, that's innovative.
That's why they call it high risk.
Well,
high risk all the time.
But wait a second, though. He did get the move, but then look at that. As King Naja breaks it up, Nathan Fox breaks it up, though.
What's legal? What is going? I'm begging this referee to get some order here.
I truly have lost track.
Goodness.
Oh my goodness. Out. You know what? By the end of the night, Zeb St. One is going to be lucky if he remembers what side of the bed he gets up on. Oh! Naja puts down Nathan Fox, and in comes a relatively fresh Dr. Kliever. I don't believe he's actually had any ring time so far in the match, guys.
No, he hasn't, and boy, I tell you, he is definitely fit to, oh my goodness, the elbows now. He's got him in the corner.
Throwing him.
As we're talking about cutting off the corner, there it is right there.
Exactly. Dr. Kliever knows the way around the ring. Look at that. The tutelage that Naja has been under, just working with Kliever for the last several months, has been instrumental to his success, you can tell. And look at the strength of Kliever, picking him up and dropping him like a bad habit.
Nathan Fox in a bad situation too, as in the wrong corner.
These two teams both have a lot of chemistry here, a lot of experience as tandems here at POW. Of course, Death Threat coming from Washington State. Gross. That's a matter of opinion. Naja now burying those shoulders deep into the stomach. Trying
Good
to drag.
grief, look at that. As Nathan Fox almost hits the ring post on those.
I mean, he's bent in half here. He's getting the wind knocked out of him, no doubt.
Makes the tag, but holds Nathan in the corner. There's Naja, and that allows Kliever there to work him over some more. So that, again, is cutting the ring off.
That's what you got to do. You make those quick tags. You work that 5 count. It's basically a 2-on-1 match.
That's right. Here we go. Oh, Gall thought he was going to go for a cover. Turns into an arm bar here. Driving the elbow into the neck for good measure. And now, well, look at the quick tags here. You got to admire the fluidity here being put on by these two members of the Empire. Even though I question the leadership skills, I might say so myself. No!
Well, they're doing fine right now. Apparently, without a leader, they're doing very, very well. Tag made, and look, oh, wait a minute, what's he going to, oh,
yeah, pepper him.
Size him up there.
Free shots, and Nathan's going to try and put his guard up or something.
Naja might want to get on the other side of Nathan there.
Oh, goodness, down goes Fox. 1, 2, no, wow. That was a close one. But Naja now, he's not wanting to rest on his laurels. He's going right back into the corner, guys.
Makes the tag to Kliever.
Here we go now. Kliever asserting his authority and his will. All that surgical steel and sex appeal that he possesses.
Well, now what's going on?
Naja, of course.
Reaching for him.
I mean, these two are a package deal. Very nonchalant there, though, by Naja. Oh!
He knows he's got the match right where he wants it.
Clubbing blows to the chest, the forearms of Cleaves. The clothesline ducked another one. Here comes Fox.
Oh, gosh.
Both men have the same idea. Clotheslines for each of them, and both men are down. This is going to be the time for each man, especially Fox, to dig down.
Well, Fox is right now the furthest away from the corner, so he's got to make the tag. He's got definitely a long bit of real estate to go right now as Kliever looks to eyeing Naja.
Zeb Saint 1 has got energy.
Come on.
He's quick. He's the legal man. Look at this. Zeb Saint 1. He's getting 2 for 1. Attacking each man on each side here. Oh, getting caught up though. Look at him. Evasive maneuvers here through the ropes. Oh.
Come on, Doc.
Saint is cornered here. Gonna do a springboard. Whoa! Using himself as a projectile weapon. Goes for the cover, 2. No! Kliever breaking it up before it reaches that fateful 3 count.
The balance, he stood up there for like a split second.
Boot right to the mush of Zeb Saint 1. That's gonna knock some teeth loose. In comes another tag here. Kliever really having his way with everybody here in the ring, partner or foe.
Throws the hammers in on Zeb now. Right now is uppercut. Oh,
tell you what, the Empire really wanting to prove that they are the preeminent group here at POW Pro Wrestling. Their Empire is truly the greatest. Strength in numbers and domination by any means necessary is their
look at
game. Naja's got Nathan Fox all tied up, deadass. That's chloroform.
Referee doesn't see it.
Referee Fidel Martinez, what are you doing? Oh, kick to the arm. I can smell it from here. No!
Autopsy. That's it.
Makes the cover to Kliever, and that's it.
One thing I realized, Brian, is that Kliever and Zeb were the legal men in the ring, so the referee had to pay attention there to that particular situation. I don't agree with the fact that Naja did what he did with this.
Well, yeah,
gentlemen, if you'll excuse me, I got some business to conduct.
Oh, now you gotta leave us. Oh, unbelievable.
Peace out. Well, folks, that was a heck of a match here, and you can see here the Empire not done. Naja with clubbing blows. Come on, you've already made your point,
now,
guys.
Wait a second, Jonas is, wait a minute, he's handing money off to Kliever.
Jonas, well, clearly had a horse in that race.
Oh, no, wait a second here. He's got the chair on his...
They're going to Pillmanize Zeb Saint's arm. Get up, kid, come on.
You see that? This is what he should have done to Jaden.
What are you doing?
He didn't want to listen.
Zeb Saint is incapacitated.
Yeah, they're going to make
He's a
him
sitting
watch.
duck. No!
Oh, yeah! Now that, Brian Zane, is money well spent.
Meanwhile, take a look over here at Naja. With the Cobra. agents out.
Jonas, I can't believe you would condone and endorse and literally sponsor that kind of behavior.
Hey, these guys want to stick their nose in my business. They want to call me out, speak on me out my name. This is what happens. Money talks.
And the Empire walking tall here on POW Pro Wrestling.
Just hopefully they don't count it.
We're not done with the Empire here this week on POW, folks. Stay tuned for more action coming up next.
How about that? I love it when a plan comes together. There, Jonas Albert Robinson paying off Dr. Kliever, paying off King Naja, paying off Caden Cassidy's The Empire to take out Death Threat after they rejected his advances to join his Jammy. And guess what, Super Aces? You are next.
Yeah, well, I'm going to say for Zeb Saint 1, why don't you call up the Super Aces on speed dial, see if you can get some strategies, some tips for how to deal with Jonas Albert Robinson. Well, speaking of the Empire, Mr., of course, they looked pretty dominant in that matchup, regardless of Jonas Albert Robinson's influence. And as we all know, the Empire are equal opportunity assailants. It doesn't matter if you're a man, or in this case for our next matchup, a woman. Let's talk about the Tower of Power Amira and how she was taken out of the Rumble to Regret a few weeks ago. You see, she single-handedly took out the members of the Empire, but they got their revenge on her, and they are not done yet. They are calling into favor, bringing in a new member to the Empire into the fold to take on Amira this week in Maserati. Mister, it's going to be an exciting match.
Going to be a very exciting match. Maserati, quite an accredited competitor. Amira, of course, has been undefeated here in POW Pro Wrestling, which is why Caden Cassidy has called in this favor, called in this outside agent to deal with the Tower of Power, Amira. And when this is all said and done, that tower is going to fall over and crumble to dust at the feet of the Empire, I think. This is it.
That remains to be seen, but that matchup is next.
So I guess the Empire has a problem with me now, after they cheated me out of my win at the Rumble to Regret. And so they're gonna send the female with attitude, Mazzerati, to come and take care of me. Here's the thing. I can stand on my own. I am the Tower of Power. I don't need anybody backing me up. I don't need any help. I'm not gonna be out there with anybody like Mazzerati is. The Empire is not gonna bring me down, and I'm about to fix Maserati's attitude problem.
How's this for a main event this week on POW Pro Wrestling, Mister? The Tower of Power Amira putting her unbeaten streak on the line as she takes on this import from the Empire in Maserati.
Yes, the Empire, Caden Cassidy, the Kingpin, putting out a hit on Amira, calling out to his friend from Las Vegas here, the wonderful, the talented, the skilled Mazzerati.
Well, Maseratis are fancy, expensive, sleek, sophisticated vehicles, and Maserati certainly uses a lot of those similar adjectives to describe herself in the ring.
Unlike the car, Maserati automobiles aren't known to stall, but it seems like this Maserati is doing a bit of stalling to try to get into the head of Amira. We forget, being undefeated, that Amira is relatively unexperienced, only been in the game for about a year now, and we'll have to see if power can overcome the veteran wiles of Maserati here.
As you can see here, Maserati is not showing much respect in the way of Amira, and of course we cannot forget the Kingpin himself, Caden Cassidy, with a front row seat at ringside. Of course, I suspended him as a wrestler, but Mister, of course, thank you for finding that very convenient loophole and bringing him back into the fold with a manager's license. Really clever.
He's a very, very popular entity here at POW Pro Wrestling. Had many, many fans sending in cards, letters, emails, telegrams even, begging for Caden Cassidy to still be included here at POW Pro Wrestling, so I was only trying to help out the fans.
Well, look at this here. Nice evasive maneuvers by Maserati, and you can see the body language, Mister. Amira getting a little frustrated. Like you said, she's not that experienced.
Maserati mocking her with a bit of Kliever Stenix, as we used to call her at the Dr. Kliever wrestling school. Perhaps she picked that one up from the good doctor. Oh, and the Maserati stalls again, getting inside Amira's head.
Well, you mentioned the veteran savvy, and talk about trying to get into your opponent's head, psyching them out can provide a distinct advantage when you're wrestling here. You can see here she's clearly biding her time, and you can see they're trying to invite her out there. That is a scary proposition, Amira.
Come right on out what Caden Cassidy is, Amira. See how foolish that was? Amira fell right for the bait. Now she's approaching Caden Cassidy.
Well, she's a tough cookie. You've seen her take on just about everyone here in POW Pro Wrestling.
And Maserati keeping the stall game going.
Amira getting impatient now, trying to pursue her. Still a game of cat and mouse here. Maserati is having some fun here, toying with her food, as it were.
Maserati is just playing the stall game, waiting for an opening. When that opening finally comes, that is when Maserati will pounce on Amira and have the advantage.
Well, now she kind of walked him in the wrong corner. Amira finally having enough of this. Get out of the way. Hey, you know what? You pay for more than just the seat when you're paying for a front row of POW Pro Wrestling. Look at this. Chop in the fans' lap in the front row. Just like I was saying.
Maserati turns out to be the one that fell into Amira's trap here. Look at that.
I think Amira was just getting impatient and finally decided to tell Maserati, hey, let's settle this in the ring. Big body slam. You see here, of course, it was the Empire that got into the business of Amira at the Rumble to Regret several weeks ago. Big splash in the corner, follows it up with the uppercut, does Amira.
Amira coming in hot and heavy. Perhaps Maserati took it too lightly, did not do her homework. Perhaps Caden Cassidy and the Empire did not provide enough intel.
Look at the strength here, but now look at this. You've got Caden Cassidy physically now getting involved, pulling Maserati off Amira's shoulders. Come on now. Oh!
He's a very caring man. He saw that Maserati was going to fall to the floor, so he gently guided her to the ring. You and I
both know there's a certain limit as to what we can do once we get involved in the ring. We're not supposed to be the ones in the ring, mister.
Hey, they just tagged. Caden and Maserati tagged. Shouldn't Caden come in and be able to beat on Amira for a bit so Maserati can have a bit of a rest, huh?
Big forearm shots. Not able to follow up, though. Nice kick right into the stomach of Amira. Follows it up with that shot right to the side of the head, and Amira is dazed.
But it seems that Caden Cassidy's interference has borne sweet fruit for Maserati here.
Goodness, Amira now has got to try and get... Oh, look at this. Try and maybe adjust her strategy a bit, because at the moment, Maserati has found an opening and is taking advantage.
The disrespect from Maserati continues. She's been disrespecting Amira since the second the bell rang here.
Now you can see Maserati taking over. I think she's grabbing her hair, trying to tie it into a knot. She's tied her to the ropes. You kidding me?
And now the choke job, stomping the life out of Amira.
Buddy Ruth has got...
Look out!
He's got to have eyes in the back of his head. Oh, yeah. Real tough guy. That Caden Cassidy. You kidding me?
Well, Amira is so formidable, she's just a tower of power. Maybe it takes a little help. Oh! Right outside the eye line of Buddy Ruth there.
Well, Caden Cassidy, he knows his way around the ring. I'll give him that. 1, 2, no, not enough.
It's going to take more than that to take out Amira. I mean, she's not one of my favorites here, but she is undefeated for a good reason. Oh, Maserati getting vicious, getting mean.
Trying to choke the life out of Amira. That is illegal in this match, by the way.
Straight from the streets of Las Vegas into the power ring here.
As is the pulling of the hair. Maserati leaving no stone unturned when it comes to utilizing every tool at her disposal.
She looks good, but she's mean. She's nasty. She's evil. She's vicious.
This now going for a suplex, perhaps. Amira doing her best to fight out of it. Comes kind of a even Steven at that point. Trying maybe with Northern Lights by Maserati. But again, Amira powering out into a suplex of her own.
You saw how Amira just bared down when Maserati tried that suplex and then hit her with one of her own.
Goes for the cover, maybe?
Amira's mad. She's angry. She's putting the beat down on a Maserati like Maserati did to her.
Absolutely. A bit of tit for tat by Amira, throwing those soup bones herself. And look at that quickness by Maserati, just dropping Amira throat first into the bottom rope. And again, with the hair pulling, mister.
Putting her right on the ropes, putting her right in line with you-know-who's-he.
There's Caden again.
I'm surprised he didn't take advantage there. You know, if whenever a referee's back is turned, that's my time to shine.
Well, like I said, he's not a dummy. He knows when the referee was making his way back, and now things are getting real dicey for Amira as she is on the outside. Buddy now tending to... No, oh, here we go. Are you kidding me? Oh, no!
She's in the pen with the bull now, baby. Look at that, Amira. How strong, how powerful do you feel now? Your back just got cracked alongside a half-ton of steel.
Spine first into that square ring post. And right now, Maserati pleading her case, trying to tell Buddy Ruth he's got to stay around, but I don't think so.
Oh, there goes Caden Cassidy. Buddy Ruth overstepping his boundaries. You give these referees too much leeway here, Brian Zane.
Get him out of the building as far as I'm concerned, not just the back.
So I'm guessing Buddy Ruth got an extra $5 in his pee off that one, huh?
You just watch your tone, mister. Now Maserati trying to capitalize on the chaos. No. Not going to be enough. And now Maserati with no backup from the Empire to help her. She's got to put away Amira all on her own, mister.
I think what Maserati was telling Buddy Ruth was, get rid of Caden Cassidy. I want to beat Amira fair and square right on my own,
Well, this is going to be your chance. Maserati goes for the scintillating kick. Misses one. Follows up with the next. How is Amira going to get out of this? Maserati framing the first shot. Down go. Oh, look at that recovery by Maserati.
Quick thinking by Maserati, living up to her name. She's quick, she's sleek, she can turn on a dime.
Moving around like she's on rails, but look at this Samoan drop by Amira, and both ladies are down.
If Amira was able to get the cover, that could have been it. That's one of her big moves.
Now this is a chance for either woman to possibly gain the advantage here. Anyone's matchup now, with all sides even.
Yes, Caden Cassidy's been cleared out. Oh, Amira, quick move.
No! Big clothesline by the Tower of Power, falls up again. She has got Maserati on the ropes here, catching her. Goes for, big release German suplex by Amira, and she's feeling it now.
She dropped it right on her head.
1, 2, not enough. That was a fiery, offensive series of moves there by Amira, but not enough.
And Maserati is reeling, but there's no Caden Cassidy. There's no Kingpin to turn to.
Absolutely. Amira coming from behind here, going for a boot, but Maserati catching her. What's she got up her sleeve here? Whoa! That was disorienting. Goes for that shot to the back of the leg. That was a dizzying little counter there, mister.
Well, she takes out those legs. Amira won't.
Goes for cover 1, 2. No!
She goes for those legs. Amira won't be able to bear down and use that power to counter maneuvers like she did with that suplex earlier.
That is the source of Amira's incredible strength, and what an incredible Northern Lights. 2 count.
Beautiful
and Amira
bridge.
kicks out.
Beautiful bridge by Maserati, but it was not enough to do the job on Amira.
These two ladies both technically sound. No wasted effort or motion here, as you can see now. Maserati trying to break the shoulders, pop the arms right out of the sockets of Amira.
I can't remember the last time I saw a surfboard here at POW.
Eugene not known for its surfing community, but you can see Amira coming back. Nice roll-up attempt by Maserati with the tights grabbed. And that she slipped out of that. That was too much momentum, too much cover on the pin.
I gotta say, Amira lucked out on that one. That could have been it.
That really could have been it. And now Maserati she should spend less time arguing with the referee and spend more time picking up a strategy for how to beat Amira.
Amira is staggered. Oh!
Picks her up, slams her down. Center of the ring. 1, 2, 3.
Ooh, the Tower of Power slam. Took out Maserati, did the job. And Amira's sling. Here comes
Look at this.
Here comes King Naja. And Dr. Kliever.
Get out of there, Amira. Get out of there. You won the match. You live to fight another day. I tell you what, big win for Amira this week on POW Pro Wrestling. The Empire's got to pick up the pieces once again. You better believe, though, that they have revenge on their mind against Amira. Wow, hard-fought victory by the Tower of Power, continuing her unbeaten streak here at POW Pro Wrestling. Mister, I know you have a lot to say about that matchup.
Well, it was an exciting matchup. Amira, although she was victorious, she squeaked by. The Empire almost had her number. And I think the more they try, the more they ply, they will be able to destroy Amira once and for all. Put her back in her place where she belongs, huh?
Well, Maserati was certainly a worthy competitor. Like you said, really had Amira on the ropes there. But in the end, she remains victorious, remains undefeated in POW. The Empire is going to have to lick their wounds. Now, earlier in the show, we talked about Jonas Albert Robinson, his financial influence on some of the goings-on here at POW Pro Wrestling. And no one has been in his crosshairs over the last year or so more than the Flaming Aces. Zay Perez, Spencer Scott. This rivalry runs deeper than you might think if you're just joining us here now, the days in POW Pro Wrestling. We heard from them a few weeks ago at Popcornatopia, where they had an interesting challenge to make to the leader of the Jarmy.
You know what, Jonas? For the last year, all you've done is get in our business, get in the business of people you have no business being in, and lying your way through POW Pro Wrestling. Lying. Liar. And to be honest, we're kind of tired of you messing with us. We definitely don't want you messing with our boys. Oh, your boys. Yeah. So, next show, back at World Pies, we want to challenge you to something we know you can't do. And that's tell the truth. So back at World Pies, we challenge you to a lie detector test. And if you can tell the truth throughout the whole test, which I know you won't, liar. We'll give you back the $5,000 that you put up and we took fair and square. We'll give it back to you, but you gotta tell the truth. You gotta come clean.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. Do you guys think he'll tell the truth?
Slide that in. I don't trust you. I'm trying to get the mic.
What, are you scared? You scared of us? Come on. Come on.
I have never told a lie in my entire life. And if that is not the God's honest truth, then may God strike Rashad down right now. Okay, we're good. You want it? Hey. Lie detector test, no problem. I am an honest, honorable man. It's gonna be the easiest $5,000 I've ever made.
Easy. Don't worry, there's no clouds. You're fine.
You know, Jonas, I would believe you if you weren't the biggest lying piece of crap in POW Pro Wrestling.
You don't talk to me like that.
Because when you mess with the Flaming Aces, you mess with the Pirate King. And we're getting a little sick of it, so tell you what, after this lie detector test, if you are not successful in telling the truth, we get any match we want with you.
What? You can't add stuff. You can't add stuff.
Hey, tell the truth. Tell the truth and you don't gotta worry about it.
It's easy, right? Hey, it's not a lie if you believe it. It's not a lie if you believe it. Let's go.